Okay, so we have people coming in. So if you see me get distracted, I'm just letting more people in. So, and I sent a text. How many of y'all just put a yes if you got the text that reminded you of this meeting? And then put a yes, put yes, please, if you want me to do that before we have these big meetings, if that was helpful. Because the way on my text list I have it, it won't, let me see if it'll, okay. It won't let me divide out, because even if you were on a text list for PPHQ, if you weren't in it any longer, I can't, it's just so much to manage. So I just send it to everybody. And then I say, if you're not in it, of course, they can't get this link. Okay, so we have a lot to talk about. Okay, so real quick, I want to tell you something really, really cool that happened. I'm just going to start with the really cool thing that I feel like I'm so excited. You may not be as excited as I am, but I am very, very excited. So I have been working with Dollywood to try to get rights to not only paint this painting, but also have this painting as paint parties, but then not only as paint parties, but to allow all of you to have rights to this painting as paint parties. And so even if you're not a Dolly Parton fan, pretty much 99% of the world is a Dolly Parton fan. So I pretty much feel like I just got rights to Disney, doing stuff on Disney. So I wanted to make sure when I got approval for this, that I got approval for all of y'all to do it as well. So what's going to happen in, I know, and a lot of our customers love Dolly Parton, which is amazing. So they had it go through all the way through their marketing chain. Remember, copyright is a huge deal. So I wanted to make sure that I did this the right way. And I didn't want to do it just for myself, because how mean would that be if I'm doing these awesome Dolly Parton paint parties and then none of y'all can do them? So I wanted to make sure that y'all had, rights to this as well. So when I put this in for Dolly Parton's team, I said, I want to make sure that PPHQ will have the ability to do this. So what we're going to do is in January, the first, well, let me mute all. Sometimes it comes in unmuted. So what's going to happen is I'm going to actually film a tutorial that's going to come out. Is it January, the beginning of January? Is that right, Brendan? Beginning of January for Dolly? Okay, yeah. So this tutorial, I'm going to film it and I'm going to actually show how to do it on a 16 by 20 without the glass and resin. And then I'm also going to show you how to do it on an 11 by 17 with the glass and resin. So if you've been wanting to kind of learn that technique, I know we were going to do that for the trees, but I can't really do it for the trees. I was talking to my friend Cindy, and I just really, she's like, I would really appreciate it if we had a little bit of a miscommunication. So I want to make sure, she's my friend first and foremost. So I'd never want to do anything business-wise that would sacrifice that. So I can teach you how to do it into this form, so that you will get a lesson on a resin. I'm not going full resin, just telling y'all now. That's not what I'm going to do, but I do want to teach you 2 different ways to do Dolly. Oh, Jenny says, shut up. That is incredible. I know. I was like, this made my whole year. When I got that email back, I was like, yes, we went through all of our marketing chains and you have a yes. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, who would have thought they would have approved it? So I am super excited. I think it's going to make a lot of y'all a lot of money. So I'm going to do this on a 16 by 20 that has nothing to do with resin. And so that you can make it different colors. You can make it all crazy however you want. But you'll have the tracer, you'll have all of that. And then if you're posting this stuff on your page, if you have any trouble with copyright, just say, hey, I'm a part of Paint Party Headquarters, or just ignore them. Or, just say, I'm a part of Paint Party Headquarters and we have rights to this. Just let me know. But seriously, like, how cool is that? I'm so excited. So yeah, if you just came in, we got rights to paint Dolly Parton, this image. I don't have rights to anything else of Dolly Parton, but I got rights to this image. Okay, so I'm very, very excited about that. And that took quite a while to get You know, they don't just answer you on Dolly Parton's team in a couple days. That took a little bit of work. So I've been very excited and hopeful and praying that that would go through for y'all. Oh yeah, Anna says every time I wear my Dolly trucker hat or my Dolly shirt, somebody comments. Yeah, I'm telling y'all. And again, if you're sitting here and you're thinking I don't like Dolly Parton, most of the world does. She is very, very, very popular. It's kind of like those barn quilts. One of y'all posted, you were like, I didn't really like them, but my customers loved them, and you can make a lot of money from that. So that was number one. Number two, I wanted to go over the sleighs with you. Put in the comments how many of y'all have gotten on the sleigh bandwagon. Just put yes if you're having success with it. I want to give you a few things that I have learned. And we are going to go into brainstorming sessions. We have 92 of y'all here. So I'm going to be talking fast. So I wanted to give you some things that were really great about the kits and some things that I don't recommend you doing. Number one. Okay, good. We have a lot of people that said they've ordered 100, all of that. Okay. So, but you're sold out. Yeah. Gee. Okay. So I wanted to do 50 kits. That was my goal, to do 50 kits to show y'all, okay, if we put a deadline, here's how you can do this. This is another marketing strategy for as you build your business. Okay. So in a minute, I'll talk a little bit about outer limits. We're not going to go into a lot of outer limits, but for example, these reels. So I checked this morning. Remember, I was telling y'all about this last week. If you're not doing reels on Facebook, right now they are throwing tons of traffic. Has anybody ever played Candy Crush? Just do a raise hand okay. So pretend like Facebook Reels is Candy Crush for you and make it into a game. Don't make it into anything serious, because what has happened just in the past like week and a half, we have gone from 136,000 followers on my Texas Art and Soul page to over 145,000 in just over a freaking like week and a half since I've been doing reels. So what is happening right now, and I'm telling y'all this too, if you have access to reels on Facebook, you need to jump on that bandwagon. Take your time lapses, literally go into your phone, look at your time lapses, even if they're from last year Christmas. That's what I did. I just started posting all my last year Christmas stuff. And one of them is at 1 point, I think it's at, this morning I checked, it was at 1 point, maybe 1.3 or 1.6 million in a week and a half. One of them is at, let's see, it's insane, y'all. Okay, so 1.7 million. I'm wrong. 1.7 million. Right here, 881,000. And this is, I basically posted 58 reels. So right now I'm posting one a day, but this one, 460K. So what is happening from this is people are going to follow my page. And so because of that, in a week and a half to 2 weeks time, we've gone up like 7,000 followers. So I want y'all to, what's happening is eventually Facebook's not going to push all this traffic as much. Okay. They are trying to get people off of TikTok and staying on their platform. So they are basically giving, yeah, we do have a Reels training too, that's coming out. Brendan, if you're on here, do you know, what date that Reels training is coming out?
I can look.
Okay. We filmed it all to show y'all, and the numbers were way lower then. I mean, this is just literally in a week and a half's time. So I don't want y'all, if you don't have it yet, just keep doing the things you're doing. I know they're eventually going to roll it out to everybody, but they just rolled it out August 19th. And when early adopters start using it, they reward you. I'm telling you guys, they reward you by sending you traffic. So make sure you look for it to see if you got it. It's pretty crazy. I mean, it's crazy. I was like, how do I have that many followers? And I started looking at the reels. I was like, oh, that's how I have that many followers. Plus you can immediately see what your customers want. And so I know right now, if y'all aren't painting snowmans, there's about to be a new snowman that I'm going to release. Oh, it's in our November social media tip. We may need to push that one early, Brendan, and then just repost it again in November. Would y'all be okay with that if we did that, and then maybe I did a new, because I really want y'all to have that training. Let me know if you are okay with that. I'd rather like give it to you early, and then I'm sure we'll have something else to teach you and show you. But if we don't, like, know that was supposed to be November's. Okay, everybody's like a really big yes. Okay. If we have that ready, Brendan, or maybe within the next week or so, we can get that out to them. Okay, and then the next thing I wanted to tell you, so with your art kits, Diverse Woodworking is not going to sell out. What I wanted to do was sell 50 to show you, if you have an audience online or an email list, you can sell a lot of kits in a very short amount of time. We sold 139 before I turned off the link. I don't know what's happening, because somehow they're still able to get the links. I had an order last night and an order this morning, so I got to figure that out. But the upsells, here's what was interesting that I want you to know. I was basically just trying to clear some of my ceramics out, because sometimes you just got to purge to make room for new. We sold 16. I think it's because it was painted, but I sold 16 of those white ceramic trucks without the tree, just the plain ceramic truck, the white one. I sold 12, all the gnomes I had, those went right away. So the big gnome trees, I sold all of those within like the first 24 hours, those went total. So it was in Constant Contact as an upsell. So they buy the sleighs, and then it says, do you want this truck? Do you want this gnome? Do you want this tree? And I also had how many were left of each one, because you can do that in Constant Contact. And then once they sell out, it won't sell any more of those. And then the very, very curious thing is that we only sold 5 of my trees, the Christmas trees, where last year that was my biggest seller. So I don't know about for y'all, but that was my biggest seller. And it may have to do with, I did not have a painted tree, or the gnome sold, and I didn't even have a painted gnome. So I don't know, that was curious to me. That was interesting. I wanted to let y'all know, just, as you're going into that. With ceramics, do not sell ceramics unless you have them. Okay, so I know I ordered in May my October stuff, and I never got it. I finally got an email last week, and it has nothing to do with the companies. I mean, people's, like, they literally have barges on the water that cannot get to the docks to unload. So don't be mad. We just got to pivot. We just got to change things. But my goal was to sell 50 kits. Then it went to 139. So I put sold out, because I don't want to sell anymore. Our entire living room is like a hoarder's village right now. And y'all know I hate to ship. So, it's not fun for me and Bobby's marriage. It is not it's not good on our marriage. So we shut it off, and we got to stop selling those. So, here's my suggestion to you. If you sell them, do it where you don't include paint, unless you're like a kit, craze person. I know Leah does so good with kits, so she can knock them out like that. For us, it's not our best look. So if you're really good at kits and you want to sell the paint with it, by all means, go for it. We're making about $20 to $22 profit off every sale. So that told me, number one, I sold them too cheap, because they were sold like that. They were just totally sold out and sold so fast. The second thing is, I'm going to do like I did last year with the ceramics. I did not include, this one, all the ones that I just sold, the 139, I'm including the paint, I'm including the brushes, I included the printout of the step-by-step instructions, all of that. What I recommend is, if you are not, very well versed on doing all the paint, all the brushes, all of that, and that makes you nervous, I would recommend saying you're going to send them by email, the email they paid for, the instructions. So we have the step-by-step instructions for 2 of the sleighs. We don't have them for all of them, because I know Julie was awesome, and she started painting a ton of them, so y'all could use for examples, but we do not have all the instructions for all of them, but those 2 we do. So what you could say is, I'm going to email you the instructions. That's going to save you, because we had about 3 ink cartridges we went through, because we had to print 140 times 2. So 280 sheets of paper. And I'd go in there to check, and I'm like, Bobby, the print's out, like, I can't send them like this. They got to see them in that. So I wish I would have said, I'm just going to email you the instructions with the thank you page. That would have saved us, probably $60. Another thing is, I want you to make sure that if you're selling them, last year when I sold those little trucks, I sold them in the 4-packs because I had them in the 4-packs and all we did was repackage them. I sold them for $67 for a 4-pack with no brushes, no paint, nothing. So they will sell that way. So you could experiment and you could try that. And in that alone, if you're just going to sell it as you're going to get 2 sleighs for $65 each, try it. If you have a pretty decent Facebook following and you have people that watch you live, what's going to happen is you're going to be painting it live. It's that reverse paint party strategy. And then you're going to try it out. And if you're nervous and you're like, okay, I want to offer all of it, the paint, the brushes, I'm good to go. I can do this. Just go for it. Just try it. I just want to tell you my experiences. I would email the supply list, because that's a lot of extra money coming out of your pocket for printing. And then I would also just be ready. If you want to do the brushes, you can. And then I would easily say it's going to take 3 weeks minimum before they get them, because there are so many shipping issues. Diverse Woodworking is getting their stuff to us really fast, but I use Pirate Ship and they usually say 2 to 3 days. And you got to have time to get it from Diverse, because you're not ordering all this first. You're pre-selling. You have your sample, you're painting it, you're pre-selling it, then you order it. Okay, so you're not out any money. You order it as wholesale, then you still have to pack it. Okay, and then once you pack it, then you got to ship it. So I've been telling customers 3 weeks, like, to make sure in case there's any issues. And how much was it to ship 2 sleds on an average? So it was anywhere from, with Pirate Ship, 17 to 23. We went from like California all the way to New York City. So that was about average. So shipping costs have gone up. If you're doing it locally, that's another thing that there's another way to. So I just want to show you options. And I want you to know, if you did it that other way, you're going to have a much higher profitability. But again, I mean, that was 139 times $20. That's still what a lot of people make in 1 month. So it's still great money. You just gotta hustle for it when you're doing paints. And Rebecca, no, we did not do full bottles of paint. We're doing those little 1-ounce cups from Amazon. We order them off of Amazon in packs of 200. I know a lot of people will do those. I think we had a training come out where it's those little sleeves and then you do the straightener.
It's coming.
Oh, okay. That training's coming too. We have so many fun trainings for y'all. Y'all think we're just chilling back here, but no. We got all kinds of stuff coming for y'all. So that's another way too. I just want you to know options. Okay. There's no wrong way or right way, other than you must, I repeat, with all passion possible, you must put a deadline for ordering. People aren't going to order if you don't have a deadline. I did 67, including shipping. Now, with all the extras, I don't recommend that anymore, because I'm telling you, I'll show y'all a picture of my living room. And we literally have a hoarder's art kit thing going on in our living room. It's crazy. So what I would recommend is, if you're just doing the 2 sleighs and they're going to get the step-by-step instructions emailed to them, I would do 65. That includes shipping. And then most people have their own brushes and paints. What you could also do, which would be a really great marketing strategy, is you could do, okay, it's going to be 55 for 2 sleighs, include shipping, or 65. I would do 65, just because you're paying almost $10 per sleigh, because I'm getting them with the writing on it. You're paying a little bit of shipping from Diverse Woodworking, because you got to get them shipped to you, right? That's not free. And then you're also, you're having to package it. You're having to buy the boxes, which we bought from Uline. I'll make sure that we get you that information if we haven't already. And then you're shipping them back out. Okay, Brendan's telling me that Reels are going to release and email to y'all on Monday. So Monday, watch that train. We will release it a whole month early. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Brendan. And then what you could do on your Constant Contact, just like I did upsells to the trucks, the gnomes, and the trees, you could do upsells for brushes. You could do upsells for paint. So if somebody wants you to pack that paint, they want you to pack the brushes, you could say, okay, it's going to be $5 more if you want a set of brushes. It's going to be, and I just get the 3-pack from Diverse Woodworking at wholesale, and they come already put in the packages. So I just throw them in there. It's real simple. And then you could also do, like, if they want the paint, if you want paint individually, ready to go, and don't advertise the big bottles. That's going to cost more on shipping, and it's going to cost more and just more money from you. So do the 1-ounce cups, give them what they need, and then make sure you put all of those in a Ziploc bag in case they come out. Okay, I think the brushes are about $1 a piece, Julie. I may not have that exactly right. Constant Contact. So Gina, if anybody is struggling with Constant Contact, not only do we have several trainings in here, but also call them. Their customer service is really good. And what you want to have is the landing page. Make sure you have the landing page option, because that's where you're going to be able to put all the fun extras. After I'm done here, I'll try to film, just screen share a little quick video of my Constant Contact page where it shows where I did the upsells. So you can see, okay, here's my event fee, here's the upsells, but those upsells you could put add paint, add brushes, add this, whatever you want, so that way you're not doing it. But guys, you've got to put a deadline. Do not just say this is forever, whenever. People don't buy if you don't have a deadline. Okay. Okay. So any quick questions about the sleighs? And then I'm going to move on to the next.
I do, Heidi.
Oh, go for it, Annie.
So how about at a paint party, a sled paint party? If I'm going to sell kits there for them to, give to friends and family.
You have no shipping.
No shipping. So would I just be charging the same? I mean,
yeah. If you're doing the full kit, like I'm doing my parties for sleds for $35 because I know I can still make a good profit. Then you could easily do them for $45. I think April said she's doing them for a certain price, and then she has an upsell of like a bow and greenery. So you could get really creative. But if you're doing kits in person, that's $20 right off the bat that you don't have to worry about shipping.
Okay.
So I would do it the same price and just have it in a cute like dollar store bag or something. Yeah, that's great. Okay, any other quick questions about and I know we're going to get to brainstorm. I just wanted to share all this information real quick. And if you don't know how to raise your hand, just unmute and yell out. I promise I'll get you. And let me make sure, what else did I? Email directions, upsell, art kit, sleighs, Dolly, my favorite part of this. If you're doing the sleighs and you're into Facebook ads, we released this last week an exact verbiage of what you could use for a Facebook ad. So if you're into that, I know not everybody is at that level. Please know where you are at your level. And if you're not ready for that, that's totally okay. But I wanted to give you some training in case you needed it. April says yes. And then I added my bow and greenery upsell of $15. Awesome. Julie says Diverse brushes are $3.58 when you buy a case of 50. And that's for the set of 3. Is that correct, Julie? That's awesome. Very cool. Oh, outer limits. Yes, Chris. Okay, so real quick, I am not doing a big talk on outer limits right now, but we have had a lot of people asking. Oh, go for it, Tammy. Well, let's have you. Oh, your hand wasn't raised. Okay. I was scratching your head. Okay. I was like, oh, go, Tammy. You tricked me. I'm on it. I'm like a hawk today. Okay, so outer limits. I'm not doing a big talk about outer limits right now, but I know we've had a lot of people asking. They want to be budgeting for it. For those of you that are new, you're like, I don't know what outer limits are. So we went ahead and put the link for the wait list. Yeah, Gregan, rewatch for the Dolly announcement. It's my favorite thing of the year. And I think next year it's going to help a lot of us. So yes, Gina, I've had my cup of coffee for sure. I'm just so excited. Like, I think there's so much like crazy, like everything is so sad and everything's so negative, but honestly, y'all, there are so many, Brendan, be quiet. There are so many great things that are happening if we like start looking at the great things, like look at the things, the wins, like look at the cool things that are happening. So Outer Limits, oh, thank you, Deborah. Outer Limits is, I hope it's awesome for y'all. Last year we had 276 people take Outer Limits. The first year, 100 people took it. When I first offered it, I was so terrified. And I literally was like, if 10 people take this, I feel like it would be a success. But honestly, I was so terrified to release Outer Limits. Outer Limits is basically, so when you're in Paint Party headquarters, I'm teaching you all things paint parties. I'm teaching you how to do in person. I'm teaching you the basics of online, and then I'm teaching you art kits. What happens though, is you start to learn that, you start to get good at that. But then you start to realize like, oh my gosh, Heidi knows a lot. Like all I do every day is study online marketing. I go to events and conferences. You saw me a couple of weeks ago at ClickFunnels. I learn about funnels. I learn about all of this crazy stuff that I had no idea even existed 6 years ago. So what happened is a lot of people were seeing me do a membership like Paint Party Headquarters, and Paint Party Headquarter members were wanting to go straight from Paint Party Headquarters to doing a membership. So what happened was they wanted to learn from my business coach. And then they signed up for Tribe. And I realized that they didn't even know like the terms, like they didn't know what a funnel was. They didn't know what evergreen meant. They didn't know what, the cost per acquisition, like all of these words that I have been learning for years now. And so it really had people stuck. And I felt really, really sad because I was like, well, you can go to my business coach, but there was this huge gap in learning. So what I like to do, especially for y'all, I like to make sure that I am like holding your hand. So if you do want to start a membership, which we've had several of you start a membership in here, if you do start something like that, like I'm helping you, lead you that way, to helping with your email list, to how to do community and all the little fancy things I've been doing with texting. Because as we saw when Facebook shut down for a whole day, if you're putting everything into Facebook, that is like building a house on sand. You are not building your business on a solid foundation. So when we're going to do a training on December 1st, we're actually going to do kind of like a free training, but it's only to Paint Party headquarters. And then you're going to actually have, so that y'all know for budget, Paint Party Outer Limits this year will be $997, but anybody in Paint Party headquarters will get $400 off. So if you're an active member in Paint Party headquarters, it will be $597 for you. And then we do have a 3-month payment plan. And then it's an 8-week course where it's just amazing. If you took it last year, that means that I will give you a discount. So if you took it last year, Tammy's excited. I obviously this past year, I have just not been sitting and watching Netflix, although I did watch The Maid. Oh my gosh, I cried the whole way through that show. But if you did not watch, or if you did take it last year, email support@texasartandsoul.com, and then we will give you an additional discount for being in Outer Limits last year. Yes, Leah. Oh, unmute.
Okay. Do we have to take Tribe to take Outer Limits?
No,
Okay.
not at all. No.
Will we be confused if we don't take Tribe and we just take Outer Limits, or do you explain everything in Outer Limits that we need to know?
So I don't teach you how to build a membership. I teach you how to build your audience so that you have the people to make a membership happen. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really about getting your email list, getting your text list, like getting free gifts, all that background information that is so much. If I was to teach it in Paint Party headquarters, everybody would quit because they're like, I just want to learn how to do a paint party. It would be too overwhelming. So yeah, and no, you do not have to take Tribe. I just wanted to bridge the gap between people who were trying to follow in my footsteps and they were like, well, that's where Heidi went. And then all of a sudden they're like fire hose and they have no idea what to do because they don't even know the basics. So I'm here to help you with the basics. And I will do a full like training on that for y'all. It's not even going to be open to the public. And because this course doesn't start till February 1st. So we have it to y'all at a certain price. And then once January 1st hits, that price goes to $997 for anybody, even Paint Party headquarters. So y'all have a full month to make a choice if you want to do it at the $597. Okay, yeah, and then Tribe is so my business coach is Stu McLaren, and Tribe is where I learned how to make Paint Party headquarters happen. And so that's where a lot of y'all have been kind of following in my footsteps and making your own painting memberships, your own, whatever your passion is into a membership. So yeah, it's another way to learn, but yeah, so Outer Limits, we had great reviews last year. So I'm hopeful that we have some new people that want to take it, but we'll definitely talk more about that. I don't want to spend any more time on that. Okay, so we're going to go into breakout sessions. Yeah, if you're alumni, just email support@paintpartyheadquarters.com or support@texasartandsoul.com. Either one. I'll let the team know. And then make sure you include your email that you paid for it last year, and then you'll get a really good discount. So any of y'all that take it this year, make sure that if you take it this year, you'll get that discount again next year. Because what I have learned is that every month there is a new change. The good news is I am trying to stay on top of those changes as fast as humanly possible so I can keep teaching you new stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do today is in your breakout session. Number one, if you have been struggling to have a accountability partner, this is a great time to find people for accountability partners, because this business world can be so hard to do it alone. So make sure you're writing information down. If you are kind of really connecting, and maybe you could try to meet via Zoom once a month. Another thing I want to do is I want you to first say, hey, this is what I'm struggling with, and then hear their ideas. And I'm going to put y'all in a little bigger groups this time, just so we have a little bit more opinions and a more direction. So whenever y'all go into your group, everybody has something that they could probably glean off of. Okay, let's see. Oh, Anna, yeah, that's so true. Continuing education by taking a course every year. Yeah, it's so true. Yeah, the more I learn, the more I realize I don't know. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that the truth? Never get to a position in life where you're like, I got it all. I got it all figured out. Okay, so let me go ahead and assign your breakout rooms. Oh, I do not want 20 people per breakout room. That would be intense. Okay, and then I'm going to bring y'all back. I'm going to do 5 to 6 in each breakout room, and spend just a quick minute saying what your struggle is, and then let everyone help you. Okay. All right. Yes, and it's a write-off. Yes, Gail. Very true. All right. Yeah, all my trainings are write-offs. I love that. I love that. And all my crafting, all my paints, all of it's a write-off. Okay, I'm going to put you in your breakout rooms, and then I'll bring you back here in just a couple minutes. Your goal is to, what are you struggling with, and get help. Okay, and then I'll bring you back here in just about 20 minutes, and then we'll do quick takeaways. Okay, all you have to do is click the join, and it'll put you over into your breakout room. So it should be a little button. If you don't see it, like tap on your phone and you should be able to see it. There should be a little button. You can tap and see it, and it'll put you right into the room. I have an iPhone having a question. Did you see me unmute you? Oh, I think she got to her breakout room. Okay, so Lois, Tina, Sandy, if you click on your phone, you should be able to see a little go to breakout room. Just click on your phone and it should allow you to go. There should be a button that popped up. Ooh, the new Zoom update on the bottom shows if some of the rooms are full. That's cool. You should be able to see a little button and then just click on it. Let's see, Lois, do you see your button? Linda and Pam and Gina, I hope I'm saying that right. Nancy, Francis, Bridget, and Deborah. There should be a button you can see, or just tap on your phone, or it's at the bottom of your Zoom. And then it'll bring you over. Oh, did you get kicked out, Tammy? Hold on, let's unmute you.
Hey, no, there was just two people in there and one of them was at work and she could only listen.
Let me put you in another room.
All right, thank
Hold
you.
on. You're welcome. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Let me see. I'm going to move you to, let me make sure there's a room that has people in it. Okay, there you go. You're moved to room 8 with more people. I'm actually going to, it looks like room 7's nobody's joined. So I'm going to
Yeah,
move.
because we all decided, the two of us decided to drop out.
Okay,
Just to
good.
Reassign.
Okay, so I'm going to move y'all to other ones.
Okay,
Thank you for telling me that.
you bet.
Let's see, room 1. Let's see. Room 6. LaRonda, did it let you, Tammy?
No, I'm still here. I'm with you. It's okay.
There we
There's worse
go.
people to be with.
Oh, it says not
Hey.
joined.
Okay, I have a quick question. So
Yeah,
I know
sure.
we all have haters, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I have so many.
I had somebody who's taken a number of my classes online. She participates in conversation, sent me a private message telling me I was a fake. I never had breast cancer. I used my son as a pawn to gain attention. I don't know quite what to do.
Oh, it's easy. Okay, so you just ban and block her. Some people try to take the route of replying. Here's the thing with that. Hurt people. So that woman is very hurt. And we call them trolls. It's basically they're on the back and I mean, seriously. And honestly, Tammy, it's in a weird way. I know it hurts, but eventually it won't hurt as much. But in a weird way, it's kind of like a sign that you're making it because you're getting people that are being mean to you. So you should kind of like pat yourself on, like, yay. We always have a joke. I'm like, yay, I'm making it. Like people hate me. But yeah, I have had people say the meanest things about my character. Y'all would not even believe, like we've talked about it with some of my friends. We're like, we should write a book. Like we should screenshot the crap that people have sent us and write a book because nobody would believe us. I mean, the stuff that people have said to me and to other people. But every time, if you ever go on Instagram and if you've ever seen people who are trying to reply back to say, well, this or that, it just fuels the fire of those trolls. So honestly, I used to it would hurt my feelings for a few days and I would try to like, maybe I should reply or, that's not very nice. We've just taken the effect of ban, block, delete. Sorry, you're being a jackass. You don't get to be a part of this anymore.
I told Alice what I want to do is just refund the classes she's done and be done. And he goes, yeah, but you send her sleds. I said, I don't even care. I don't.
Yes.
I mean, just because you don't want them to poison. I have nice people. I'm a nice
Yeah.
person.
Well, I mean, we've had to unfortunately kick people out of Paint Party headquarters because they will be so mean. And I'm like, that is not allowed. And I'm like, Mama Bear, I'm like, we are not destroying what has been built here. And so, and yeah, and that's the thing too. You'll have 100 people say how great you are, but you have one person that digs like that. And that's the one we think about.
I know. And it's like, you brought my son into this? Oh
I
my
know.
God.
One time they brought my grandma into it. I was like, what did my grandma do to you?
Jesus.
Yes.
I mean, I'm very cautious about what I share about Ryan and everything else, but yeah, but I was like, oh my God.
Well, and that's where you'll see also, Tammy, you'll see people who are online really big, and then all of a sudden they start reclusing, and it's because they're getting demolished. And people can only take so much. So we just honestly, as a company, like if people are on my Texas Art and Soul and they're answering, like as our team, if they're mean, I'm just like ban and delete and don't even tell me about it. But at first, when I was doing it all myself and I had to see all my emails myself, I was like, oh, you know, it makes you feel bad about yourself, you know?
All right.
So,
Right.
yeah, just always share the stuff that you know you're always willing to stand up for. Never
Right.
share things that you're not willing to, like, for example, my faith, I will talk about that all day long.
Oh yeah.
You know, but I'm not going to talk about politics because that's just going to divide. So, but yeah, sorry that's happening, but you
Yeah.
made it. Celebration. I knew we had something to celebrate.
I have to laugh. I'm thinking it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I'm 3 years. I'm excited to share that with people. Tell them, you guys go get your goddamn mammograms because that's going to save
Yes.
lives.
Yeah.
And then you would, yeah, I'm going to make something like that up. Yeah. Let me tell you, these are not mine. These were paid for with quite the price.
Mine were too, but not with the price. Yeah, me and Brendan. Yeah, and you know what? And I'm telling you, some of the most hurtful comments have fueled so many great things in my business. And I know that sounds weird, but I'm telling you, some of the hateful things that family has said or friends have said, or that people that don't even know me said, makes, I don't know why, but it adds fuel to my fire and it makes me want to do it more. So
Yeah. I have a happy note to share. So last year I designed the ornament for Matthias Academy in my son's school. And this year I've designed it and I don't have the ability to buy the first 100. And I said, let's do a paint party. And I'll take $10 to cover the cost of sleds and everything else. We have 50 people signed up for it. We're charging
wow.
$45 for the class. The ornament, I mean, that'll more than pay for the ornaments. And the ornament this year was designed by me too. So it's fun. Yeah.
Tammy, that's huge because now you're able to give back.
Yeah. So like you said, good things come from.
Yeah. So if you let that asshole who said that, stop you, which is so sad because a lot of people, I know, you're strong enough to get through that. You've been through breast cancer and you've survived that. Like you're strong enough to get through that, but a lot of people will not. They will let one of those comments totally shut them down from moving forward. But I'm here to tell you, if you're doing anything online, you are going to have people be mean to you. It's just a part of the business, unfortunately.
Good.
So yeah, so you're doing the right thing because people are starting to be mean.
Okay, good. I'll just toughen my skin.
Gotta toughen your skin and seriously, ban and block, be done, refund, get them out of there, and then don't waste your energy thinking about that.
Yeah.
Easier said than done, and I promise your skin will get tougher because
Okay.
I could talk to y'all for 8 hours about the shit that people say to me. Sorry for my language, but they
Oh,
just make
no.
me so mad, They make me so angry. I'm like, really? You're so brave back there.
It's like I knew that's what I had to do, but sometimes it just helps hearing it from somebody who's had to do it before too. And it's like, okay. So,
Yeah, I do not want people's money that don't understand this. Like,
exactly.
move on. Here's your refund, move on. Like, I'm here to help people and I don't have time to put my energy towards people who are just being mean. So yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because I know a lot of people, I probably need to do a training on that actually. It may be a good training. Can you put that in the Trello board, Brendan? I'll film a training and try not to cuss while I do it. I get fired up on that topic. we've had a lot of bad, mean people.
I like the spikes
Congratulations
though.
on the
It's
dolly
good.
rights. Hey, congratulations on the dolly rights. I know how, you can just tell how overjoyed you are with that.
Oh, I seriously feel like I just got rights to Disney, like to paint Mickey Mouse, you know? It's like perfect for our audience. Perfect.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm just so excited. And it's going to be a great one. I mean, we could put this in fall colors. We could put this in red, white, you know, red and green. Like we could literally turn this into any shades we want. I'm so excited. Okay, so I have a lot of people that are not in groups. That's weird. If you're not in a group and you want to be in a group, we have about 5 minutes, or you can just ask questions here and we'll hang out. So if you need help, just unmute and we will talk more about trolls or whatever you need until we bring everybody back.
You got the boxes from Uline, you said?
Yeah, so oh, I have the size right here. I got Bobby to order them from Uline. And do we have the size already in? Did we put that in anything yet, Brendan?
Probably 19 by 16 by, oh no, yours were square, weren't they?
They're like pizza box. Oh, here they are. Okay, so let me give you all the dimensions. They're from Uline. He's got half the model number. Dang it. They are called Craft Tab Locking Literature Mailers. And 25, and I'll type this out to you, Brendan, too, so we can put it in our staff. And the ones we got are 22 by 18 by 2, and then a space, 3/4 inch. So it's 22 by 18 by 2.
2 3/4.
Thank you. I don't know math very well.
So why don't everything that you touched on during this meeting, why don't you put it in a post
Okay.
and we'll pin it. And then in your sleigh ride painting tutorial, we can link, if you want to do art kits, here my suggestion, and then it can take it to that second. Because that sleigh ride painting tutorial has like 20 links on it already.
Yeah, we're trying to give y'all all the information, but it's a lot of information.
Right. So that might be a good separate. And then I added this to your last year's reverse paint party training.
Oh, good.
I was wondering if you don't recommend the drop ship technique anymore, since we've seen so many issues with shipping.
Yeah, that's iffy. I mean, it depends. So I know Bisque Imports has some drop shipping stuff.
Are they still doing the same pack or service that they were doing for PPHQ last year?
I have tried to get a hold of them, but I have not like pursued enough because they may have already emailed me back. I just didn't see it. But I mean, I need to call Amy. I'll call Amy today over at Bisque Imports and see.
Shipping is a nightmare and it's gonna get worse.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would hate for that information to be on a training from last year and a member decides to do drop ship and they email a whole spreadsheet to Amy and they're like, we're not doing this.
I know. And here's the thing too, is we have, for example, like with Diverse Woodworking, I know he'll do drop shipping for me. I think he'll do it for y'all, but you make like $5 versus 20 plus. And then if you do it without the paints and brushes, you're making 30 plus. And then if you're doing it in person, I mean, you're making, you know, easy, you're just handing them the kit minus your sleigh cost, you know, so it's like you can make way more money, especially if you have, you know, if you have the time to do the kits. So yeah, I mean, I think it just depends on time. It depends on the route you want to go. I just was like wanting to test it for y'all to see like the most profit. But then I learned a lot of, of new things. I actually learn it every year. And then I tell myself, I will not sell it with the paint. And so I made a vow the other day because me and Bobby and Pixie were up real late doing the paint. I will not do this again, but you know, I'm going to do it again.
I shipped the sleds up to 2 of them in a padded envelope, and they've all made it there just fine.
Are you serious?
What I did was I took the 2 sleds, all the parts, and I shrink wrapped them together. And then I
Mhm.
actually stuck them in an old envelope from Essential Stencil, the big envelopes, and then put that inside the padded envelope. And they've done pretty well.
So you're just doing this envelope from Essential Stencil.
No, I put it in there first, and then I put that inside a padded envelope. And the padded envelope is 19 by 16. Yeah. I got the padded envelopes on Amazon.
So can you share that link
Yeah.
on Amazon?
So
And
just do the kit, put in a business card or a thank you card, and
QR code.
you're done.
You could literally do a QR code to the instructions.
I did a QR code for the first time and it worked.
That's genius. Oh, that's Heidi, are you kicking yourself now?
I am so mad at myself. Y'all, this smile is very fake.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab one.
That's funny.
I am so mad right now. I
Okay,
could
so
have made
that's
so much more profit.
PPHQ training 2022 for next winter. You're just, okay.
No, we're changing
Simplified.
strategy. We're pivoting.
Simplified.
Pivoting right now. I'm about to tell everyone when Tammy brings that envelope back. Hey
Yeah.
Pam, hey y'all. We just moved. Oh, look at her Dolly Parton shirt. You must have known I was gonna do this announcement. Oh, hold on. I gotta get you to unmute. Hold on, Pam. What were you saying?
I didn't even think about today being the day. I just love to wear this shirt. It's so comfortable, and everybody that sees me, oh, I love your shirt.
I have that same shirt. It's one of my
Do
favorites.
you?
Mhm.
Yeah, I love it.
What was the
And
announcement?
yeah, I missed the announcement. What was the announcement?
So
Mhm.
after several, like probably 6 weeks, I finally got rights to doing this painting, not only as it had to go up several marketing chains with Dolly Parton's team, but we have rights to do this as paint parties. And I
Oh,
got
wow.
rights for all of y'all inside of Paint Party headquarters to do this as paint parties. So in January, I'm going to be releasing not only the tutorial for it, but I'm also going to release the tutorial for how to do it with resin. So you'll have 2
Wow.
ways that you can do it, which I feel like I just got rights to do Mickey Mouse, really. I'm so excited.
That's great.
A breaker. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Okay. All right. So let's do a couple of takeaways. Oh, Tammy has a very big announcement that needs to be said. And I am kicking myself right now. I'm so mad. So please, we should have everybody almost back. I've closed the rooms. Okay. So Tammy, the floor is yours, and show me my huge mistake.
I've been shipping 2 of them in a padded envelope, but first I put them in a regular cardboard envelope, like the ones you get from Essential Stencil, if any of you get them.
This is
And-
for the sleighs.
For the sleighs. So I take up to 2 sleighs, put all the pieces together, shrink wrap that, put it in the harder envelope, and then put it in this padded
Yeah.
envelope from Amazon. I'm looking for the link. And they've all arrived okay.
And you don't have to put all the other crap with them.
Right, I haven't put it, I have just been selling the sleds. I did offer some of them to spray paint the runners silver,
That's
but that's it.
amazing. That's amazing. How much are you charging to ship those into like full price?
Okay. So for my online class, what I was doing was $40 for the sled, single sled, and my class online.
That's awesome. That's a huge profit.
Yeah, because these don't have the etching on them. They're plain.
Oh, okay.
Mine aren't exactly like, my designs aren't exactly like your designs.
Right.
They're similar, but different. So yeah, it's been a decent profit. But shipping has been scary, even
Yeah.
with pirate ship. I mean, shipping to Washington was probably my worst. And that was a single sled and it was $14.
Yeah. If you can try to sell them in 2 sleds, because then
Mhm.
they're getting more value, plus you're able to double the price.
Yeah.
That's always a good thing to do. I know that was so profitable last year of selling bulk ceramics versus just one. Yeah, that's a great idea. So yeah, when you find the Amazon link, do you mind sharing that?
Yeah, I just have to find it.
And you mentioned putting a thank you card in there with a QR code to the instructions that they need. And the
Yes.
supplies, I'm sure too, because you didn't put paint.
Right. The only thing I put in there was the sleds, and my business card, and possibly a little extra surprise.
So easy.
Aw, I'm so mad at myself. Tammy, why didn't you
I'm
tell me
sorry.
that before last week?
No,
No,
I didn't
that's
find
really.
my orders.
Well, what was the size of it? I can look it up.
They are 19 by like 15 and a half,
And they're the padded envelopes.
and they're white. Yeah.
And then you're also ordering or using what you had from Essential Stencil.
I was just using them because I had them, but I don't believe those are that expensive.
No,
No, so
all
those
of
are
that's going to be cheaper than almost $4 per box for those.
per box.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, those boxes are not cheap.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Thank you for sharing. That's amazing. I may do another sleigh push on a different route just to see what happens. No, I'm not going to do it. We got to get these out first. Okay, let's see. Annie, did you have a question or a takeaway?
Yeah, I don't have a take, well, I do have, but I have a question because I didn't get to it. On the fundraising training that you just put out, I just saw it today. Is there anywhere on there, is there anything on there about like a legal fundraising agreement for the person hosting it and myself in my business? Should I be giving them some type of a legal agreement, or is it just like a piece of paper stating, what profit they're going to get, etc.?
I don't do a legal agreement, but on
Okay.
all my, and I'm very careful not to like try to say, here's a legal agreement to use, because it's kind of
Okay.
like me telling you what to do with your taxes. It could come back on me, and I don't ever want, really, honestly, it would come back on y'all. That I really don't want to ever steer you in the wrong direction, because we have people worldwide, and a legal agreement for Texas could be totally different for Australia. But I have never, with fundraisers, I'm just very, very, very clear. If I'm doing sleighs for 35 and they want to do a fundraiser on it, I'm going to have it raised for $10 more, for example. And then I'm going to put on every ticket, $10 goes to the fundraiser. And I'm very, very, very clear about that. Let's
Good.
see.
I'm
Yeah, and
organized.
then have
Well,
it- Sorry, Brendan was saying, make sure to, like, if you have like the conversation in your email back and forth,
Yeah.
save that information. Like,
oh yeah.
save that information. That's going to help as well. And then also making sure, like, if I ever do fundraisers, when I do them, I am crystal clear. Like, I'm still making a profit on this, but I've lowered my price and I've upped your price. So $10 per ticket goes. If you're in a position, I know some people here do paint parties as a give back. Like, I've done giveaways. I know we have the Give Challenge right now, which 2 of y'all are going to win a $100 spa card just for giving something away. And so I know sometimes I will just give back and do things like that. And that's fine. Like, if you're like, well, I'm, I know, with breast cancer awareness, I know Tammy, we were just talking about that a minute ago. Like, if she's doing a fundraiser and she just wants to do it for the cost of supplies, that could be a give back or whatever. But if you're doing something where you're making money off of it, just be very careful to make sure you put that price.
Good. Okay. And we're gonna. Yeah, it was just while I'm on the phone right now, the lady actually just got back to me. So it was just a reminder. Oh my gosh, I think it's gonna be. So I need to make sure, I'm dotting my I's and crossing my T's, because it's gonna be possibly 60 people. 60 people.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When you do a fundraiser and you have been crystal clear that $10 goes to the fundraiser, You can
Yeah.
confidently walk around that fundraiser knowing that you're helping them make $600 that night, but you're also not, especially depending on what position you're in, you're not in a position where now you've had to come out of your pocket. You're still having a good night, a good profit, and they're having
Yeah.
a great time and $600 towards their foundation. So as long as you're crystal clear, they can be very good. I just am so adamant, there should be no gray when you're doing a fundraiser for sure. So make sure it's all up front.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Betty.
Hey,
did you
Heidi.
want to share? Oh.
Hi.
Hey, and then Tammy, did you have something to add after Betty?
Just that I added the link to this post and to the, just our regular group. So I did add the post or the link.
Thank you so much. We'll grab that. If you don't mind, Brendan, we can grab that link. Okay, go for it, Betty.
Yeah, I have actually two questions. One is my phone is just an Android. So I have a
Oh
Canon.
man, you can't do nothing now. And I'm just kidding.
I have a Rebel camera. Can I just use that instead of my phone? Because my phone takes terrible color. It has terrible color in the pictures.
For what purpose? For going
Like
live
live.
or?
Yeah.
So, if you can hook your camera up to where it will stream through the live, which that's above my tech grade, so I couldn't teach you that.
Okay.
I know people who have done that with like
Okay.
OBS. It's like a free system and they can stream it.
Okay.
First off, what's your dog's name? I gotta know.
Oh, this is Peanut.
Hi, Peanut. Thanks for being here.
Ever.
So sweet.
I went from raising wolves down to huskies to wiener dogs. Now I'm down to a Chihuahua.
Well, I heard Chihuahuas are part wolves because they do like a howling thing. So,
I think she is.
what I would recommend is so y'all in business, being live, doing reels, your phone, this is my greatest asset in my business. It is a
Okay.
write-off. Every year I upgrade to what to the newest one. I'm not saying go out and put yourself in debt to go upgrade, but if you're doing lives, you're doing reels, this is the quickest, fastest way to grow your business and to have that power of just grabbing it. And Brendan has an Android. She just texted me. She has an Android and it's great.
I love it.
So-
I love it. There's nothing wrong with having a Samsung or an Android or an iPhone. It's whatever you're more comfortable with. It's probably just the age of the phone, and they have better cameras out there now. So just like Heidi upgrades every year to the better iPhone camera, I mean, I just bought the better Android. And if setting up a confusing DSLR camera to just try and figure out how to streamline, that's going to slow you down so much versus just picking up your phone, pointing it at your face and just doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my phone's only 2 months old.
What?
Really?
Yeah. And it
Wait.
just color on the pictures are just horrible.
Well, how's the video on it?
About the same.
Is it a
So-
newer one?
Yeah, I just got it.
What model?
Depends on the model, what specs it has.
Oh, I don't even know. I
You
just,
need- you
maybe
need
I
to
take
swap
it back
models.
and have them look at it.
I would
So,
consider a different model than,
okay.
Yeah, and Amy said too, it could be a lighting issue. And Julie said, take it back if you can.
Yeah.
But definitely look at it. April saying clean your lens too. We have a lot of people giving, different ideas. But yeah, if it's that bad and it's a new one, I would check it. I would figure that out for sure. Because yeah, like Brendan said, trying to do that whole setup is going to just slow you down. And it's such a pain in the butt. I used to film my stuff on a big camera because I was like, oh, the quality's better. But if you get the newer phones or even the 2 models down and up, the quality is so good that you don't even need to do that. And then you're inspired. I'm live, like you get inspired and you do it and then you're done. You're not trying to go, what did I do? Or, and then by the time you do it, you're too tired.
And I'll check that out. My next question was, I just did the painting with the pumpkins and the owl on top. And the directions on that is missing the face and the part where you paint in the head and the face. I didn't know if y'all were
That's
aware
not
of
good.
that.
Which painting?
With the owl on top of the two pumpkins with the big moon behind them.
Ravens Hollow. Okay, I'll take a
And
look.
it might be Fall Ball 2020.
Oh,
I think it's that one.
The Raven, that was an owl. The fall ball was an owl.
Mhm.
Ravens
Is it
Hollow.
this one in my pick?
Oh, yeah, and Annie's, is it this one, Betty? Is it this one right here?
Yep. Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last year's Fall
pretty.
Ball.
Okay. I'll take a look.
Good job, Annie.
I saved that one for myself.
Yeah, I'm working on it right now. I really like how it's coming out.
That's awesome. Yeah, we'll look into that and get it fixed for you. Yeah, sorry about that. Thank you. If there's ever things like that y'all see, please let us know because we're moving fast and furious. So sometimes we'll make, we'll forget stuff or whatever. Or ship 39 kits and then find out today Tammy has a secret on packaged mailers. I still love you. Okay. All right. So, and then Brendan's saying the Galaxy S21 Ultra, is that a good one?
Yeah.
You're saying?
Yep.
Look into that
One
one.
of, one of the better cameras for an Android.
Betty, if you want to
The
write that
S20.
down.
I think the S20 is what I have.
Yeah, I would take it back to the store and see what's going on.
There was a big difference from the 20 to the 21.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Yeah, definitely check that out. And see what's going on with that. And then post in the, if you want to do, as long as it's under like a couple minutes, if you want to go live inside of Paint Party headquarters and just say, hey, how's the quality on this? How's the lighting? We'll all help you out with that. So,
Okay.
all right, Anna, you want to go next? If you have any takeaways or a question, and we're going to stay about 5 more minutes. So if you do have something, I know we'll go to Cheryl next. We're at Anna right now. If you want to unmute. Oh, I think I muted you back. Sorry.
Thing. Can you hear me?
Yes, go for it.
Okay, I hit the wrong thing, but I was just gonna say, yes, that's what I have is a Samsung S20 Ultra, so I can write on it and doodle and stuff. And I don't have any problems with mine as far as doing lives. Mine comes across well.
Okay. Maybe there's just something wrong with my phone.
Take it back. Take
Yeah.
it back.
Take it back for sure. Thank you, Anna, for saying that.
Yes.
Okay, let's go to Cheryl. If you want to unmute.
Yep, I did.
Hello.
Hi. So I actually just wanted to share something from our small group breakout, and that is a lot of us are struggling with social media, obviously.
Yeah.
So you can see from all the posts and everything. And Michelle Boardman, who I had the privilege of being in a group with like back in May or something, and have learned a lot from her, but she said something that has that I think is really helpful, and that is focus on one thing that you can do today to move your business forward. So just focus on that one thing and get that done, and then move on to the next, because like I have not done a live yet. I will do one. I'm working my way there, but yeah, so I've got a couple parties coming up, and I've got landing pages to do, and it's all the things that get overwhelming, and just focusing on one thing and getting that done.
Yeah, that's a great piece of advice, Cheryl. And it's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of moving pieces in this. I mean, like I wrote my must do on my hand today. So I know if I get just this main one thing done, I feel successful today. So as you grow, all of that stuff's going to get easier. And I know you haven't done a live yet. So what I'm going to challenge you to do is, if Facebook has given you rights to Reels,
Yes.
that's going to be an easy way to throw in time lapses. I think they only allow 30 seconds or less, and may even be shorter, but that's a great way to build your following without having to be live right now. So if anybody else is scared of lives, try to do that. Oh, good. Gina did say it was 30 seconds. So great idea. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
All right, let's have Nettie share. Let's see. Where are you, Nettie? Let's get you unmuted.
I'm here.
Hey.
Hi. So my takeaway was when I post or when I'm making an offer, paint the sample. Because I did a digital mock-up of what I wanted to paint this Saturday, and maybe it's a little bit too difficult, I don't know, but it said, I was told, paint the sample,
Mhm.
go live when I'm painting the sample, and then paint the sample again. Just to get all the kinks out. And then when I'm ready, that instead of depending on somebody else to do the marketing, create a private page, invite everybody to it. If it's a private party, invite everybody to it if I have their numbers. And if the host has their numbers, they need to invite their people to the same page so that we can all, so that I can, you know, come live and say, hey, you guys, this is what's going on. This is the deadline, blah, 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 blah. Because right now I have a party coming up on Saturday and no butts and seats right now. Nobody paid for nothing.
Yeah,
So
you're not doing it.
Yeah, so not only that, after I paint the sample, if I'm close to like a store or something, this is what came in my head, that if I'm close to a store that allows for consignment, take that flyer, put a QR code on it and say, if you want to paint this, here's a QR code, let me know, type of thing. That way I not only would that help put butts in seats, but I also have to be engaged. I have to be actively engaged to constantly remind people, this is what's coming up, this is what's going on, this is what we're going to do, we're going to have a good time, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
Just be done with it.
Yes. Who knew when you started a paint party business that you would have to say the same words so many freaking times?
So many times.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's right. And also, when you go live, is your page getting some views while you're live, or they're replays?
I had one view.
Okay, that's okay. Y'all, I had one view. It was my mom forever, literally.
It was my best friend.
Yes. So don't.
My mom's not even on Facebook.
Yeah, don't discount that. I promise you. I remember those mornings. I was like, I'm going to be cool. And I'm going to start doing a 6 a.m. morning pep talk. And I'm not a morning person. So I get my butt up, get my makeup on, and 6 a.m. Hi, Heidi here. I'm going to give you 3 tips for the blah, blah, blah. I did that for weeks, and I would have 1, 2 people. And I'm like, this is for the birds. I'm not doing 6 a.m. pep talks anymore. But it got me out of my comfort zone, and it showed me that you got to build it. So I'm telling you, from somebody who has started with 1 viewer, Nettie, it can grow. It's just, it doesn't just happen to us. Like you said, we got to say it. We got to get ourselves out there, all of those things. So you're doing the right things, and just keep at it. And then I would advise you too, anytime you can do like private parties or country clubs, places where you're not having to self-promote because you maybe don't have a big email list or a big Facebook following yet.
And I don't.
That's okay, y'all. I didn't either. So now what you do is go to those country clubs. Do they want an in-person party? Do they want kits? Right now I have a paint party on the 24th. Because they have their own email list and their own marketing, I literally just call and say how many kids are going to be there. I never have to promote myself for it. So when you find people with access to people like a country club, they're getting the butts in the seat, and then it's going to help gain your confidence. And also you can bring a sample of the sleigh, put it with a wreath, show that, you know, we're going to paint the sleigh, and actually put it up at the place. So when people walk into that country club, they're like, they have a QR code. They can literally sign up there. Most country clubs have them sign up with the country club. So you don't even have to handle that. They just pay you a check afterwards. So, so maybe start trying to go that route if you're really struggling with trying to get all your own people. And I promise you, that's how I built so many parties, was doing that and private parties at the beginning.
So basically get used to being uncomfortable, huh?
Oh yeah, it never gets easier. I wish I could say I'm uncomfortable all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like my new like level of uncomfortableness. I'm just like here at all moments. Like it's okay. It gets easier. And the failure, I promise, like I wish I could be like, yeah, you're not gonna fail, but that's part of success. So just keep
Okay.
failing, keep going. You got this.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's see. We have Annie's hand up, and I promise you're about to end, but I just love talking to y'all so much.
I'm sorry, Heidi. I had to say this because I've been struggling with, fear and all that. And, I've overcome a lot. And one of the things that you had said to me was, it was about people commenting on and not giving you support about your art and your business and things that you do. And you told me, when you start making the money or when you start showing signs of progress, that people are going to come out of the woodwork, or they're going to start changing their tune and start like saying, oh, how are you affording this? How are you able to do construction in the basement? My husband said, or something. And I'm like, well, that's because I made this much or that much. And he's like, what? Wait, hold on a second. What's going on? You know what I mean? So I feel also with fear that practice and experience, with that comes confidence. So more that you practice, more that you experience, more that you fail, I feel for myself personally has been my road to success. I mean,
Yes.
It really has. So I've overcome 2 big hurdles in the past, couple of months. And I mean, it's just a amen.
Yes. No, that's so big, Annie. And I'm so proud of you too. And for all of y'all, I mean, I did a post earlier, was it this week or maybe it was on Sunday? And I said, if you have not done a paint party yet, I said, go find 4 or 5 people and do it for free. Just do a party for free. You are going to gain so much confidence just by doing something for free. And again, you're putting yourself out there and you're taking action instead of sitting paralyzed in fear. Once you get a party, you got to take action, whether you want to or not. You got to go. Like, it's go time. You are going to get your crap together and you're going to make it happen. So if you have been stuck of like, I can't do a party, nobody's signing up, I want you to just do a party for free. It could be your sisters. It could be your aunt. Seriously, like you could go to the school and say, hey, I want to do something for the teachers for free, just in appreciation. I mean, how cool is that? They're all going to be posting their pictures. Give them a QR code where they can find you on Facebook. Make sure you tag me with your photos and then you post those everywhere. And then people are like, wait, Annie just did this party of teachers for, 40 people. I mean, whatever, like it, again, a lot of times we want to make a profit from the very beginning. And I'm all about that. That is honestly the way. The practice profit, like making a profit while you're practicing, that's golden. But if you've been stuck in a rut and you're like, I can't get the butts in the seat, then I just want you to go be a giver. Not every time you do it, but just once. Just go say, I'm going to do a party of 5 for free, just out of the kindness of my heart, and just get moving, because you're going to learn so many things when you're out there, you're walking around, you're talking, all those things are going to start going, oh my gosh. And it's going to build your confidence, and you're going to have photos of this party you did, and you're going to see the things that you did wrong, the things that you did right. Like, you can listen to me all day long, but when you do your first party, it changes everything, because you're going to learn 5 times more. Let me rephrase that, 50 times more when you're actually doing it versus just listening to me tell you how to do it. So yeah, fear is a real thing. But when I was at that ClickFunnels event, it was one of the best marketing events if you're at that level. Don't go if you're brand new, because you're going to be so confused. But if you're at that level, and one of the things they kept talking about was always choose faith over fear. And we could sit here every day and choose fear, but like make an intention, make a prayer that today you're going to choose faith. You're going to choose faith every day. It's sometimes really hard to do. And I'm telling you from experience, I do stuff freaking scared all the time. It doesn't sometimes get easier, but we've got to choose faith over fear. If we don't, we're just going to be stuck. We're going to be stuck in a rut. And there are so many great things happening. So I want y'all to start really concentrating on the great things that are happening. And Veronica says, thank you for sharing, Annie. I'm right there with you. I know what my homework is. Thank you, Heidi. God bless you, PPHQ sisters. Ezra 10:4. Does anybody know what verse that is? Ezra 10:4. I would love to know that. Let's see. Okay, and then we will, any last things that are a must before we go? I know we're 24 minutes over in true Heidi fashion. Sorry, y'all. I know some of y'all have to go and Pam's shopping. We got shopping at Costco or Walmart. We know how to multitask. Any
Okay,
last things?
you said it was what, Heidi?
It's Ezra 10:4. Oh, I could have grabbed my Bible right here. I'm sorry.
Oh, I know I have mine. I'm trying to. Does anyone have it?
Oh, go for it. If you have it, you can go for it. I'd love to know
don't know.
what verse she shared. Can you still show the landing page? Yes, Donna, thank you for saying that. I'm actually going to, after this, I'm just going to do a quick film. That's just a short 5-minute or less showing you the landing page.
Okay, so Ezra 10:4.
Yes.
Okay, hold on a second.
Thank
It
you
is.
for that out.
Yep, I have it right. I always have my Bible on me. Arise, for this matter is your responsibility. We also are with you. Be of good courage and do it.
Ooh, I'm writing that down. Ezra, thank you, Veronica, for sharing that verse with us. Ezra 10:4. Do you know how many people out there right now just need your kindness and leadership to show up and paint with them? I mean, it is the craziest thing, but I'm telling y'all, just paint, be kind. People are going to start showing up because people need that. Love that. Okay, Martha says she has a quick question about fundraisers and then we'll finish up. Martha, where are you at? If you want to unmute. Where is Martha? I'm going to find you. Let's see. Thank y'all all for being here. I hope y'all learned a lot and it was beneficial. Okay, Martha, I see you have a question, but I can't find you. Can you unmute yourself, Martha?
Yes, I did.
Oh, yay. Okay, what's your question? Go for it.
Hi.
Hello.
I came late to when you were talking about fundraising, and it's the first time that somebody is approaching me from a school to do that.
Mhm.
And I don't know how to proceed because she's my neighbor and she works in a school and she's the art teacher there. But she told me that, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know what price to tell her. She said in order for me to present the proposal, I need to know how much you will charge and how much you will donate to the school, but I have no idea how much to charge.
Okay, so is it for kids or for the teachers?
I think it's for the kids.
Okay.
No, it's for adults. It doesn't, she says, we can do 24 adults in my room, but we can do more in the cafeteria.
So it's for
She
adults.
said adults, so maybe it's for teachers and.
Okay,
yeah, for adults.
so great news. We just posted today a new fundraiser training. So we just put it in the chat and it's exactly everything I'm about to say to you in this training, but a little bit more like punch point and detailed.
Well, I need that.
Yes, so watch that training. It's short, sweet, to the point, and it's in the chat right now, and it's also in the announcements. And then also, what I would recommend if you're doing it. So I used to do a ton of I used to do a ton of kids because I was the art teacher, and they gave me a $300 budget a year for 850 students. Wonderful. So I would do paint parties and basically take my supplies out, and then anything extra they would let me use for art funds. So I got to buy my kids anything I wanted because I would do a paint party, make $1,000 and have fun buying whatever I needed. So what you could do is you could say, okay, usually I charge $35 for my canvas. I can bring it down to $30 and then you can charge $40 and $10. Be very clear. We were talking about this earlier. $10
Yeah, I heard
every
that.
ticket will go to the fundraiser.
Okay,
Yeah, keep it simple. Like if you make it real overcomplicated, it's going to be they're not going to.
okay. So now I have an idea, yeah, like to charge 30 and then they charge 40.
Yes. And
And
if
they
you
have that
want to give
$10.
more, you can. If you want to give more, you could go down to 30, you could go down to 25. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they could charge.
Yeah, maybe
35.
because I've never done it before and maybe it's a good opportunity for me just to start rolling like that. So
Yes.
probably I can do like a lower price just to start and people know me and all that.
Yes. And then make sure you have a QR code, make sure you get tons of pictures. I mean, because you're going to use this as an advertising marketing bonanza. Is that the right word? Because you're going to post it everywhere. You're going to have them posting it everywhere, all that good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
Perfect.
be really clear. And then watch that fundraiser training. If anybody's confused about fundraisers, I literally go through, these are the top
I'm
things.
so happy. I didn't know. I'm gonna go and watch it.
Yes.
Thank
You're welcome. And I love, oh my gosh, is that Mary on the,
Yeah,
oh, so beautiful.
it's done in like a
Like all
woodwork.
wood. You are
I
so
did
talented.
I did a virtual paint party in Honduras. I'm from Honduras for a baby shower, and 68 people painted this Virgin Mary virtually.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Great job. You're such an excellent painter. I love it.
Thank you, Heidi.
You're welcome. Okay, so real quick, I just want to remind you, check the announcements. We have new stuff coming out all the time, and it all goes into the announcements first, and then it gets dispersed into the appropriate stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and trainings on Kajabi. So even when Facebook was down a whole day, we have you covered. So everything is in Kajabi, so you never have to miss a thing. Just a real quick recap. We talked about Dolly Rights, and that's coming in January for anybody that's in PPHQ. If you missed it, go back to the replay. We talked about the sleighs, all of the mistakes I made, plus the positives. We also got information from Tammy about using the padded envelope size 19 by 15.5, which is a brilliant idea. And I still love her, even though my house looks like a hoarding person's house right now. We talked about Paint Party Outer Limits. If you want to go with that 8-week course, which starts February 1st, I'll do an official kind of kickoff of what it's about. So if you want to know more, it'll be in kind of a Zoom type environment. So not everybody in PPHQ is blasted that doesn't want to move like into that kind of thing. You're going to get a $400 discount if you sign up through the month of December. So it'll be $597. And when it goes public to everybody else on Texas Art and Soul, it will be $997. I will never talk about a $597 price on the world. It'll only be in PPHQ. And then anybody that took it last year, email support@texasartandsoul.com or email support@paintpartyheadquarters.com with the email that you paid, because we need to make sure that you really took it. And then you'll get a discount for taking it last year. And then of course, anybody who takes it this year, know that that's going to come to you next year as well. Okay, I think that's all I have. And then I'm going to get off of here and I'm going to film how I did the upsells on Constant Contact. Some of y'all aren't ready for Constant Contact yet. That's okay. You can still do a PayPal button, still sell, sell your sleighs in the padded envelopes, not in the boxes like I did. You can still sell your sleighs and do all of that with a PayPal button. And then maybe on the thank you page, say, hey, I'm cleaning out, close out on my ceramics. If you have extra ceramics, you could do upsells that way. So still remember, we can always pivot. We can always change things, and you don't have to do it exactly like this. However, if you have Constant Contact and you are building your email list, and you're going to see me showing you the landing page and how I added the upsells, and I'll post that here in just a little bit. All right. Oh, and then we have Reels. Reels training was supposed to be released in November, but y'all need to get on this faster. So we're releasing that on Monday. So thank you, Brendan, for getting that out sooner. That's awesome.
I already be live in Kajabi, so just if you want to check that out.
Go in Kajabi, it's ready to go. So go check it out in Kajabi. It's ready. You can start watching it. Okay. All right. I'm gonna oh, will it let me unmute y'all all? I love when y'all ask to unmute all. Okay, let's all yell bye.
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 Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
Y'all have a great day.
Bye, BFF.
Love y'all.